Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Wednesday, the 17th of August, 2022. I hope you are keeping well. It's a fairly non-busy day for me today. I might be able to go swimming and do some other stuff, and that includes playing Sudoku, so look out for some other games today at some point. I'm going to get on with today's Guardian Medium. Now, generally, this is a step up from Tuesday's Medium, which is generally an easy level game. And looks like we've been given a Space Invader shape today. Do you not see? Does that grid look like a Space Invader to you? Do you remember Space Invaders? I think that's the last time I played video games. I did enjoy the old Space Invaders and Galaxians, and what were the other ones that I enjoyed? Missile Command and Asteroids. Those were the old games that I used to play quite often, I think. But since the 80s, I don't think I played video games really. I lost all my interest in them. I played them a lot when I was young, and the first video games that came out on the early machines. Do you remember those? The Pong and the other games. I thought they were wonderful. But modern games are incredibly sophisticated. They look incredibly beautiful, but they also require seemingly endless fingers and brain distractions and stuff like that. You need to be able to see what's going on in a million different places. They somehow don't quite attract my attention. Maybe it's the simplicity of the classic Sudoku that I like as well. This classic Sudoku game is very simple and basic. There are other forms of Sudoku which I generally don't play. I like this simple form. It seems to be somehow quite pure. Anyway, if you've never played the game before, a quick rundown of the rule, a bracket S bracket. What do I mean? Well, there only seems to be one rule. It's the rule of sticking numbers 1 to 9 in what's free. As a modifier to that, we have a block like this, and we have 9 of those blocks. We have rows like this, and we have 9 squares in each row, and we have columns across the board, and they have 9 squares. So what we do is fit numbers 1 to 9 in there. It's a simple idea, as I just mentioned. It's a very simple idea, a very pure kind of idea, and can be very easy to play or incredibly difficult to play, depending on what the game or how the game has been set. So how do we go about finding these digits? Well, what we do is we say something like this. We know that the 2 exists in this column already, so we know that no other square in this column can be a 2, and we have another 2 over here, and we know the same thing here. So when we consider this block down here, which doesn't yet have a digit 2 in it, we have 9, 1, 6, 8, and 3. We've got 2 possibilities here, but when we look over here, we see there's a 2 in this row, and we know that 2 cannot reappear in this row because we only have 9 squares. And now this square is occupied by 3, and so that's going to give only one possible location where the 2 can go, and we know that it goes there. Here's an even simpler one. 2 blocks across this column, this row here. When I say blocks, I mean it forbids any other square from becoming a 2, and therefore there's just 1 square left, and we know that the 2 has to fit there. Okay. Right, now you know. Now you're a Sudoku master. You're a fully fledged Sudokan. You can get your Sudokan passport. Be careful if you're Donald Trump, though. You might have your Sudokan passport stolen by the FBI. And I put stolen in air quotes there because we know it's nonsense. Right, let's get on with more stuff. Okay, we have 7 blocking down here and a 7 blocking across here, so just 1 available square free for 7 there. The missing numbers in these 2 squares are 4 and 5. Now we can see a 4 obliterating the possibility of this ever becoming a 4, this 4 here. So that must be a 4, and this must be our 5. So we've got 1 block complete. Here we go. Look, numbers 1 to 9 are all complete here. We haven't got any rows or columns finished yet, though. So let's continue working on it. And next thing to see is 7's blocking up here like this, 7's blocking up here, and a 7 blocking across here. So again, following our understanding of what we must do, we can do it quite easily. We'll also see 7's blocking in these streams like that, giving us a 7 there. I should deselect it because we can't get any other 7's just yet. What we can get is 2 blocking across here, 2 blocking up here, and 2 blocking up here. So that must be a 2. If you're wondering why I've stopped, well, I am looking for the next digit because I don't play these games ahead of time. I just switch on the camera and let it roll. Of course, cameras don't actually roll anymore, but that's the phrasing. And I have no idea of the actual solution of this video, of the Sudoku puzzle rather, until I get there. Okay, so we have 4 blocking across like this, and 4 blocking up there, so that has to be a 4. We have 6 blocking this square, 6 blocking this square. We don't yet have a 6 in this row, so we have to put the 6 there. The missing numbers now here are 5 and 8. We have an intersecting 8 up here, so that must be the 8 and this must be the 5. Now 5 is one of our missing numbers in this row. Do you agree? It has to go here. We've got an intersecting 5 here, so 5 is either in this square, is in one of these 2 squares. So that blocks 5 across there. And then we have the 5 blocking up here, so we know that that indeed must be a 5. Let's investigate and see what's missing here. 3, 6, and 8. I have a 3, I have a 6, don't have any info about an 8. If this is 3, 6, and 8, the other missing numbers that go here are 4, we know 4 is here. 1, we don't know anything about the 1. And I guess 9 is the other missing number. We don't know anything about that either. Okay, so you know, it's good to investigate and check these things, and sometimes you come up trumps and sometimes you have absolutely no idea and have not moved any forward an inch, but that's okay. We have this 6 blocking this square and this 6 blocking this square, so we don't have a 6 in this row yet, so we have to put 1 there. I think the missing numbers in these 2 empty squares are 1 and 3, and I can see a 3 blocking up here. So that would be our 3 and this will be our 1, and then we have just a single empty square there which will be filled by our 1. Missing numbers here are 8 and 9. Immediately we check out this 8 and see that it extends all the way up there, blocking that square. So 8 goes there and 9 will complete that block, and there's just 1 missing number from this column, and that's clearly a 9. This 9 blocks this square, this 9 blocks this square in this column now. 1 remaining option for a 9, it has to go there. It's going to be right, 1 remaining option. An option means you have more than 1 choice, right? How can you only have 1 option? 1 remaining option. Maybe that modifier that adjective changes the meaning of option. Anyway, missing numbers here and here are 1 and 5, but we can't get them just yet. We can't categorically state which is which at this stage in time. What we can say though is the 3 blocks across here and the 3 blocks down here. So we know that that's a 3, and now we know the remaining numbers here have to be 1 and 5. This is 1 and 5 in this column, and now there's only 2 empty squares in this block. We know they have to be the same thing, 1 and 5, and clearly we have a 5 stopping that square there. Oh, another one up here, look, 2 of them stopping that. So we know that the 5 goes there, and the 1 is here, and then the 1 will have to be in that square there. 1 blocks across here like this, 1 blocks up here. There's our 1. The missing numbers in this column are 5 and 8, I think. So we've got blocking 5 here. In with you 5, in with you 8. And the final numbers to get here are 3, 7. I like that because as soon as I see a 3, 7 in the same row, I know that this can't be 3 and can't be 7. It has to be the other number. So the missing numbers here are 3, 7, and 9, in fact. So that has to be a 9. One digit missing from this column. It's a 4. Ah, good. 4 blocking across here and across here. That's going to give us a 4 there. And now we're left with just 1 empty square at the end of the row, and that is going to be filled by a 6. I'm getting hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. I suddenly feel the pangs of hunger, so I should hurry up and finish it off and go and have some breakfast. Now, okay, we've got a lot of white space all down the central chute here. All I have to do is just find. Okay, so looking up here, I see 2 4s. That's going to be helpful. So let's say 4 blocking down here, 4 blocking down here, 4 across here, and 4 across here. That's going to give us a 4. Now we should look and see what's missing here in case we can get these 2. The missing numbers are 1 and 8, and indeed 8 blocks down here. So that's our 8, and this is our 1. I can see the 1 blocking up here and 1 blocking down here and 1 across there. So that's our digit 1. Like I said, I'm looking, if I see a kind of a 2 of a number, that's going to be useful. Like I can see a pair of 8s. Let's see if that's useful. No, actually it's not. It's going to put 8s in those squares, and we have 8s over there, so that wasn't useful. 1s, we've got 3 1s already. 4, okay, like that. 2, 7, 9. So, no, but I've seen something else now, and that is that the 9 blocks across here and down here. So now we have a 9 there, and now we have a couple of 9s in that central vertical chute, and 9 blocking across here like this. Now we should investigate the missing numbers here. They are 2 and 6, I believe, and we have a blocking 2 from up on high. The god of 2s. 2 goes there, 6 is there. Missing digits across here are 3, 5, 7, and we have 5 and 7 congregating. Well, that's too strong a word for it really. Appearing in the same column anyway, so this has to be a 3. And now 3 blocks up here, 3 blocks up here. That's our 3. 5 blocks up here, so this gives us a 5 in this square, and the final digit to get here, 6. 6 now blocking down here, up here, and across there, so that gives us a 6 there. Not much more to go now, just little bits and bobs, and I don't think any trouble is ahead. We have a smooth C. Now I see that these 2 squares and these 2 squares have to be the same. Do you notice this kind of pattern? Look, I see 2 empty squares here, and I see 2 empty squares here. So I know that these can only be 2 digits. And again here as well, right? This can only be the same 2 digits. So whatever goes here. Oh look, I've got actually 1. I didn't even notice. My tunnel vision again. I didn't notice we've got only 1 square missing, 1 number missing from here. The missing number appears to be a 2. Okay. Now, what I was saying anyway is clearly true, that these are all the same 2 digits. Those missing digits are 7 and 8. Have I messed it up? Hope not. That can't be right. Have I made a mistake? Or maybe what have I done here? Ah, no. Okay, so 8 blocks here. Let me just check out. Have I made a boo-boo here? 7 down here, 7 blocks down here. That's a 7. Oh no. Yeah, well, I made a boo-boo in my explanation. That's because, why was that wrong? Because I said 2 squares down here, 2 squares down here. What you need to find, oh, I shall, messed up my logic there. Didn't actually mess up the game, but I did mess up my logic. When you have two empty squares in a block, and then if one of those empty squares appears in another house, or in a house and then in another house. But I was looking at that in the wrong way. I do apologize. I gave you some faulty logic information, which I really hate doing. But you can see how that was the case. Okay, so we have 8 blocking across here. Now 8 goes here, 3 is there, 3 is here, and the final digit to fill in is 7. I do apologize for that slight mix up in my explanation of logic there. Hopefully you'll work it out. Anyway, best thing to do with Sudoku is to work out these logic things for yourself, right? Absolutely the best thing to do. Work out the logic for yourself. You develop a much better understanding of the game. Alright, okay. I'll be back later. Bye bye.